Hello and welcome to the fourth session of the Microsoft Project Lab series. In this session we will be providing status update information on our project. So we will be looking at each of the activities and looking at the status of those activities at two review points, inputting this information into our project file and then generating a report from that. As with previous sessions, you're provided with a file with updated information for our project. In this file, you will see that the set of instructions are provided. So we will go back to our previous session and open that file and start building on that and providing some of the information that's in the instructions here into the project. The additional information you'll be given is a project status report for the end of September and a project status report for the end of October. So we want to update our project to reflect that progress. So first of all, we need to open the Microsoft project file that we created during Lab Session 3. And this is the file we're going to work with and provide the status update information for this project. So if we go back to our instructions file, we can pick out the various activities and their status, percentage complete, and the actual durations. So we want to put those into the Microsoft project file. But before we do that, we need to save the baseline. So if we go back up to project and then we set the baseline, which is here. Click OK. So now the project baseline has been set and we can put in new project information and track progress against that baseline. If you want to check that you've saved the baseline, go into project information, statistics, and you now see that the baseline figures are now in here. If there's zeros in here, then you know that you haven't saved the baseline. So it's important that you save the baseline before you put any project status update information into the project. Okay, to update our project for the end of September, we need to go up to the Project tab and select the status date to set the date at which we're updating the project as the end of September. So move back to the 30th of September, click OK. Now we're providing status update information for that particular time. We then need to go through the various activities and update the tasks. So if you double click on define requirements, you will see the percentage complete here is 0%, right? So we need to update that based on our file here, which says define requirements is finished at the end of September and the actual time is 12 days. So we need to update that to 100% and the duration is set at 12 days. We then look at develop marketing plan is 50% completed with actual 10 days. So 50% completed. And finally, technology research is 50% completed and actual is 15 days. Okay. There's no other activities that have started by the end of September. On the next slide then, you can see the end of October with more progress to update. So again, we go back into our project file, set our progress report for the end of October. And we'll go in and see, okay, define requirements was finished from the first status report, so there's no further update on that one. Develop marketing plan is now finished and it took 25 days. Procurement is finished and it took 15 days. Technology research is 80% and has used up 25 days. Okay, so now we put in the status update for the both status review points. We now need to generate an earned value report and save this file. Okay, so if you go back to project here, and you can see that there's some update information here, but we can actually generate a report. So if we go to report and we select visual reports, and then we select earned value over time report and click view, what this does is it generates an Excel file, exports the data to Excel and generates a chart which gives us an update, a status update on the project. Okay, and so this is the report that's generated. The chart is on the first sheet, on the Excel sheet, on the Excel file. If you click on the other worksheet here, which has got assignment usage with earned value, you can see that the data points are here. So if you expand that out across the weeks, then that will appear on the chart here. So you can see the earned value plot is the blue line, the planned value plot is the red line, and the actual cost plot is the green line. If you want to see the values, then we can add the data labels here. Just like any plot in earned value or in Excel. So end of October values are here, and you can basically calculate the variances and the indices for that particular status point, because if you go back to our file here, you're asked to provide a summary status report of your project, including CPI and SPI at each status point, so at the end of October and at the end of September. You're then asked to use those values to calculate the estimate at completion based on the end of October status report. So using the indices that you've calculated for the end of October, I want you to make a prediction about the estimate at completion in terms of the budget and in terms of the time frame. Okay, so then if you go back to your project file here, you'll be able to see some of this information, some of the project status information. Go back to the project tab again, look at the project information and click on statistics. You'll now see that the project has the baseline figures included here, so the start date 1st to the 9th, and the original baseline was the 26th of March. And then the current status based on our performance so far is indicating that the project won't finish until the 4th of April. So while these are sort of summary level status figures, what I'd like you to do is to actually calculate the indices and make a prediction based on the using the baseline figures from the start of the project, and then making a prediction of the overall duration and the overall cost for the project based on the indices so far. Once you've done that, you include that in your summary status report, save your project file, and then write a short summary of your report of your findings as in previous weeks, and then write a short reflection on your learning experience. Okay, that's the end of week 4, lab session 4. So the very best of luck in completing these tasks.